We got the media team in here. We're the media
We're the
team.
media team. We got content. TV's in the go. We got TV in the go, Wack.
You looking for that fire Clubhouse content? Well, you need to subscribe to the homie. Hey, yo, Clubhouse TV. Let's get to the content.
That's a good one.
In the block.
First, we got the Menendez conference that's live right now.
I remember Menendez. Who was that?
That's the
Kim
brothers, that
Kardashian?
show that you like.
Kim
The brothers who
Kardashian?
killed they got the press conference going on. The DA supposed to announce if they gonna be free or not.
Oh, dang. Did them niggas already put in an appeal?
Yeah, the lawyer did, yep. The lawyer said that they should be out before Thanksgiving for real, so we're just trying to see what this DA is gonna say. Right now, it's the family members that's speaking.
And they about to free them already? I thought they were just changing it from life with no parole to life with parole. They about to free them?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It puts the decision in
The
parole
lawyer
board's
trying to
hands, though.
free them.
Because them niggas had an LWOP, right? They had life without parole.
Life without parole, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they've been down 24...
35.
1989.
35 years.
Yeah, they just said that since they was 25 when they got prosecuted, maybe Prince can help me out.
What month did they kill their parents?
One of them was being molested by their father.
I mean, that's what they say. I don't follow that shit. I don't know.
But I don't know. The family up there trying to say that they was.
They was,
the mom's
but at the time, nobody
niece,
knew about it, right?
I'm guessing so, low key.
I don't know though, because see, the same niggas was manipulating the stories. Father touched you and all this shit. Like, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm like, I don't. Because what makes it look weird is all that shit that they did after they killed their parents.
Those niggas was telling I need you to tell me that my dad made a pass at you. Tell him my dad touched you and all this crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's why I'm like, I don't know, but that would be reason to kill him. Putting the toothbrush up, like, come on now, as kids, come on, man. I
don't know, but then again, the daddy did say he was taking him out that wheel.
Right. And then they went to go spend hella bread after that shit. So
yeah,
that's
that
what
ain't
made it look weird.
no sign. Yeah.
So is their money locked up right now, or like since they've been incarcerated, have they not been having no access to the money? Because that could be another motive too if the family's trying to come back.
They blew it on the first trial, Kobe.
All of it's done?
Nah, they had.
Yeah, you got to think about all the lawyer fees.
They ran through 700,000-800,000. They said in 9 months.
Hell yeah, you got to think about them lawyer fees and some more shit.
We have to remember. We have to remember that the basis of this happened because that when they said in the first trial that the cousin was lying, they finally let the letter that he said he had from the dad asking the cousin not to tell on him. It's been introduced that the dad was molesting their cousin as well. So that's why this is here now, because of that. That happened in the first trial. They said he was lying, but they actually took another look at the letter and they authenticated it now with the new technology or whatever they have, and it's authentic. So now they're like, okay, we can't really dispute this at this point.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you, right? And I tell people this because I've seen it. Just because he did something to the cousin don't mean he did it to his kids. That still don't prove nothing.
Now, what is this letter that they talking about?
I'm just being real. Just because he did it to the cousin don't mean he did it to his kids. It still ain't no proof of that.
And just because they got molested, quote unquote, don't mean that they didn't kill him for the money.
Now, what's going on with this letter that they said that just resurfaced or something like that?
It didn't resurface. It was there in the first trial. They just kept on saying, I guess, like the first prosecutors was really good in the first trial. So they was telling the cousin that he was lying. He was just saying it to get them off. And I guess they re-looked at the evidence again. And when they really looked at the evidence, they seen it was authenticated, I guess with the handwriting and stuff like that he was not lying. That's a big discovery to find out somebody was lying after all these years. Originally.
They're saying that dad wrote the letter saying, don't tell him.
Yeah, basically, for the most part. Something to that effect.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's just kind of wild.
That's crazy. That's
Seems to me like all that goes down when the molestation is happening.
Mm-hmm.
But,
and it was so bad that the brothers started touching each other and shit. So that's what I'm like.
Yeah,
as children, though, not as adults. Yeah.
Right? But hold on, though. who's to say that's the dad's fault? Who's to say that just wasn't on the older brother?
He had to learn it from somewhere, though.
That's a fact.
But didn't the Menudo brother
Wait,
come out and say?
ain't no fact. Hold the third pump break. And I'm speaking for all those families out there, and hopefully some of y'all are that. All those good families out there who did everything they were supposed to do and went the other way. That ain't a fact of nothing. What you talking about?
I hear you,
So what
but
you saying? Everybody that they went the other way, that means something was going on in the household? Nah, I ain't riding with that shit.
Not all the time, but hurt people more than likely, or more cases.
With that, no.
More cases than not, hurt people hurt people.
That's a fact.
Listen, there's too many cases where motherfuckers did everything, put the nigga in sports, wrestling, did everything they supposed to do, and then we start hearing I was born this way.
Yeah, no, some people are just literally batshit crazy, but in a lot of cases,
I ain't calling it batshit crazy because I used to fight the I was born this way shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I swear I used to be like, that's some bullshit until I really start thinking about it like, okay, you got some people born with both genitals. If you got somebody born with both genitals, right?
Yeah, hermaphrodite, whatever the fuck that's called. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I had a friend like that. I think, yeah, she a white girl. But I don't know. Hurt people though sometimes. But that is true. I think it's like a 50-50 rager because some people are just literally just born with a couple screws loose.
I always believed the father did it to them. I always believed that.
And they said that the mom knew about it.
Facts. And they took her out to take her out of her misery.
Nah,
that's
I
always understood this story.
Rossetti,
I definitely understood this story. I feel like, trauma is passed down through stuff like that. So I definitely understood it.
I agree with
that.
One of the Menudo
brothers.
Menudo.
Accusing the dad.
Menendez, my guy.
No, Menudo. Listen to what you're saying.
Oh,
the
band.
The group. Yeah, the group that the dad was had put on. What is it? The Menudo brothers? Or
yes,
whatever?
The
dad. They saying one of them is saying the dad was touching him too during
that's the cousin.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. He's a part of the group.
Menudo brother, one of the members was their cousin, right?
We're not talking about.
I don't know if he was their cousin or not.
I thought we.
No, okay, so it's so I know where you're getting confused at. It's actually a band or a music group called Menudo.
No, I'm not confused.
Oh, no, she's saying one of the people in Menudo was one of their cousins, right? Of the Menendez
Yeah, that's
brothers.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna double check.
Okay, I see where you're
coming from. I do believe he was his cousin too. But it was the group, and he said that mad people said that the father did some shit. Then you got to look at the part where the father in the TV show, he called his mom and was like crying and shit and was emotional. Why now all the family members coming out saying, well, that shit's real, when back then they were all silent or saying that they was liars? It's fucked up how they flip.
Where was everybody then? Right. And I don't know, but in this conference that we just heard a little bit of, especially this last lady who was speaking, their cousin, I don't know, it just seemed like they just reading off a script or something. Was it giving that to y'all? Was it giving that? Or I'm tweaking?
It was very much rehearsed.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out where was these people at then?
It has to be rehearsed for the defense to win their case, no matter whether they do agree with them or not. They try to make it seem a certain kind of way. They use certain language so it can appeal to the necessary people. If that makes any sense.
They could still rehearse it and practice and make it extemporaneous because it seemed like
yeah, but they old as fuck though. Imagine that.
It's been how many years? She's been in jail for 30-something fucking years, so she's older now.
Yeah, they older now.
Salute to the room.
Where you been? Hello?
Shit, I've been grinding. I've been around though. What's up, family? What's going on, y'all?
What's going on, my boy?
Yeah, so I don't know, y'all. Let's see. Los Angeles County District Attorney.
Name Mr. Goddess.
Yeah, I don't know, cause Wack does bring up some pretty good points, but it's
But
also like hurt people do hurt people, and I
but
mean
Miss
like,
Pink, come
hmm?
on. From a psychological point of view, we all know the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
Right.
Like,
So that's
I'm
like,
not saying that's the case for everybody. I'm not saying that. But in this case, I believe that that's why they did that, because of what was being done to them.
and also I was gonna say like, so I feel like the Gypsy Rose shit, I think that's in comparison as well, because are we just, so if the fucking Menendez brothers is crazy, so we gonna say Gypsy Rose was just batshit crazy?
Right? She
Or
wasn't. She
was that
defended
girl getting
herself.
abused?
Can we
Right.
get new laws or
Man,
stipulations against the degrees of murder for self-defense? Because everybody to kill in self-defense is not going to be like, oh, they were hitting me that day, so I went and killed them. No, it was like when you felt so trapped you couldn't get out of there, you had to do what you had to do and just kill the problem. They see these people as the problem into their life, their livelihood.
So what should
Now I
be?
think,
Spending that money
go
could
ahead.
be a part of trauma too. Taking care, ruining everything they had, just taking everything they had and just getting rid of it. That's a part of attacking their father as well. Everything he worked for, they spent it. They squandered it.
What's
That's still
the
a part of trauma.
consequence for that though?
that's
Do
a
you go to
fact.
I'm just
a
saying it's still a
court
part
or
of
what do
trauma.
you?
That's all I'm saying.
No, I know. I'm just saying if you want a different level, what level of punishment do you get for that then? If you were to suggest it, like do they go to a psych ward instead of
Yes,
prison?
that's what I would say.
I think they should have just
Rehabilitation.
tried it for maybe manslaughter, and I think that's what the lawyer was trying to do. I think he's trying to retry for manslaughter, and at this point, they done did more than enough time as far as the maximum time for voluntary manslaughter. You can do anywhere from 3 to 11 years in prison in the state of California.
But didn't they come out and said, they didn't have nothing to do with it? And so for
Yeah,
the story that get switched up, what I mean, now it's this and this and this.
yeah, they lied.
You look at it crazy now. Now it seems like you're trying to finagle the whole thing.
They were kids. They were victims. Like, I mean, does victims not matter in
Not
this?
legally, they
But
He
weren't
They
lied
making
legally of
though.
crimes?
age. They were
but
over
if it's
18.
illegal to kill somebody and you know it is, why don't you just leave? They killed their parents, so they deserve to serve the time they did.
And
As long as they did, I don't know, but they deserve to go to jail.
how come
I
they didn't
think
say
that they're
self-defense the
entitled to
first
that.
Other
time they were
But
asked?
resources.
niggas be telling Hassan Campbell to go smoke African Bambaataa every day. So like,
What the fuck? Yeah.
Right, like,
so what's the difference? Niggas was telling Beast to go get his get back. He a bitch for hugging the nigga, but then these niggas deserve to go to jail for 35 years. Hell, I mean, I
right.
feel like they should have caught a manslaughter charge and maximum serve 10 years.
Right.
If
That's what
they
I'm
would have
saying.
came
Yeah,
out
that's
at
what I think.
jump and saying, "Hey, it was in self-defense and this and this and this,"
I
then
think
I'd
that's what they
understand
was
it.
trying
But
to
then
say. That's why they
nah,
said that they
they
got sexually
So who are we to
abused.
determine what self-defense is? Somebody that's being sexually
So that's
assaulted.
Hey,
hey,
You can go
to the
get
think
goo, they're
about it though.
saying
You
the
and they
claims
won
weren't
that first
allowed.
trial.
They didn't
They
say
say,
that to the second trial.
yeah, but they saying the claims were not
Oh, it
allowed in the
wasn't
first trial.
It
allowed.
And the
wasn't allowed in
defense,
No,
the first
the second
trial.
trial, the
Yeah.
second trial, Cam. The first trial it was allowed, and they got the hung jury, which means they got more than one person saying not guilty. The prosecutor said it was like half of them said not guilty. The second trial they didn't allow any of the sexual molestation shit in.
so what was the story behind that? Why did they remove
I
that
don't
off the
know.
table the second time? That's crazy. That
Because
doesn't
they
make
Because
any
made
he
it look
asked.
Because of
like
the
it was.
money.
They made it
Because
look
of the
like it was.
money
So,
spending.
Hold
so
on. They
back up,
made it
Because
right?
look
they
like
found
it
out
was
that brothers were sleeping with
premeditated
each
murder,
other.
bro.
So back
No,
up. That's the we talked about it this morning. That's the problem with getting that mistrial without prejudice. You get them a second chance to try it again. They saw that it was a fucking mistrial. They saw that half the defendants, half of the jury didn't vote guilty because of the actual sexual molestation, and they attacked it, didn't allow it in. And the second trial, that's what they did. It's that fucking simple.
they
See
also
what I'm saying?
argued. They also
That's
argued
why you
that
don't give them a fucking second chance.
they also argued that it was a heinous crime. He was standing over the people with shotguns, shooting the woman in the head and shooting the guy's hand off. So it was premeditated, and that's why the lawyer was like, "Yeah, like that's all bullshit. Don't even look at that." So even if it were to be added, the lawyer, from what I was watching, and I watched the documentary and the show, he was a good lawyer, yo. He got all that shit thrown out. And if you remember the defense lawyer, the lady with the blonde hair, curly hair, she was actually a good lawyer. She got emotional and shit like that. But prior to that, she got somebody off for some killings and shit like that. So he was already on point. That guy got that shit thrown out because he's a great lawyer. And at the end of the day, he fucked it up. He fucked them over. For real, for real.
I agree with you because I just, like I said, I don't feel like that the crime. I feel like the crime was a horrendous. First of all, let me say that. Rest in peace to the dead, right? But when you are hurting your own children, I don't feel like there's no punishment oblivious to you. That's just how I feel. I'm very, very corporal when it comes to punishment. Like, if you did some fuck shit, then every ounce of karma that come back to you, you deserve it.
Well,
we don't have no proof that he did anything to those kids.
him deserving to die is one thing, but in the eyes of the law, if they would have killed him while he was trying to touch him, cool. But after you have gotten out his house and then you went and planned this shit, they don't give a fuck about what he did before that.
So you gotta be able to attack your offender at the time of the assault to be a legit assault.
Yes, to be self-defense. Yes.
But I guess the main question that I had,
the law is true.
I think Mr. Cat or somebody when we ran the murder mystery, I think the question more so was, why did they wait until they was, like Lavish just said, why did they wait that long to do that? If they knew this whole time that wasn't normal or they didn't feel right, why did they wait until they was grown as hell?
I think that's where it comes in for the money, the will, and all of that stuff. That's where the timing is wonky with the motive.
But they're also victims, though.
Can I say this? If it was for the money, why did they squander? I feel like a victim of that kind of crime is going to squander the money as basically like a spit to their father's face. Not only was he going to de-will them, he assaulted them throughout their life. Their mother let it happen. They had no defense. So anyway, they're going to take his life. They're going to squander the money because eventually they probably already knew they was going to be court. Like, they're not that stupid. You can't be that stupid.
To answer your question,
so they want to destroy everything their father built. So I don't understand why we constantly question victims, why they take so long to do stuff, because there's no timeline on how victims feel.
But they squandered the money because the dad would never give them any money growing up. That was part of the whole deal. So the minute they killed him for, quote unquote, for the money, they went on shopping sprees and ran up the bag.
And wasn't one of them living on campus in Princeton or something? Like, one of them was.
I think it was Lyle. Yep.
Lyle got kicked out of the campus though because he plagiarized some shit. And then they made it a suspension, but then he was ultimately kicked out altogether for some shit. So he fucked his whole life up at the best school that you could potentially go to in America. They fucked up in every which way. The other brother wanted to go. I was looking at this shit. It was crazy. The other brother wanted to go to UCLA on campus, but the father allegedly was saying that he had to stay in the house with him where the stuff was happening. I just can't negate the fact that something happened, and whatever they did, they were a victim. So I don't look at timelines because I'm not a victim. So I don't know what it's like to be victimized and be not, sadly, abnormal when it comes to the mind. My shit is sound, thank God, because I haven't been victimized. I never look at how long it takes for somebody to come out for real with their shit.
Yeah, but the time limit of what they did, that's not I don't give a fuck how long you take. They could fucking got messed with by their dad, left the house, and did it the next hour. In the eyes of the law, you premeditated that shit. That's capital murder.
Yep.
Well, yeah, and I just feel like I understand the abuse part, but I think the part that looks a little shaky and weird is the shopping sprees and everything that they did following after their parents were murdered.
Right, covering that.
Look at it.
And the thing is that how are you able to be were they that detached from their parents, emotionally detached, where you could literally just go on a shopping spree and drive your own mother's car, go buy another car and some more shit? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
but I definitely see all the points that y'all are. Mm-hmm.
Look at it from this point of view. If someone traumatized you and they what's that word called when they keep something from y'all? It's a scholarly word. I can't think of it right now. When they take something from you all the time and tell you that you can't have it, right? And they already grew a hatred for their parents, apparently, right? It's already obvious that they grew a hatred for them. So once they killed him, they was already completely detached. So let's destroy everything he built because we wasn't allowed to have it anyway. That's a part of trauma. That's a trauma response. Because none of the shit that they have it now. They don't have none of the stuff they bought with that money. They don't have access to it now. They bought nothing substantial. Everything was bullshit. Everything was fly by the night, gone. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't give a fuck about that money anyway. They did it because it was like a very egregious thing, like disgusting crime that they did to their parents, but it was based off of the trauma that they faced from their parents.
Or do you
That's my
think,
opinion.
or do you think that they didn't give a fuck about the money because, or they did, or the way that I just thought about it, I thought about it as like, okay, what if they did give a fuck about the money and they thought that money was gonna buy them out of that situation?
That's a possibility.
Or what if they were like, fuck it, we're gonna get caught anyways, might as well just live it up until we get busted.
That too.
Because my thing is, didn't we play like the 911 call? Like they put it on other people, said it was the mafia and stuff. If they were being abused, why they just didn't say that then? Like,
that's a good point.
You had to remember.
Well, I heard that they wouldn't.
What'd you say?
I said you had to remember when this happened, and crimes like that against men, like that's not stuff that people really, threw out there. Hey, this is what they have, so we did this.
That's true, especially.
And I heard that they wouldn't. I heard that they wouldn't show the evidence in court during that time.
They cried and did all of that because they got caught.
Exactly.
If that therapist wouldn't have said nothing, they wouldn't have said it.
Facts.
Yeah,
so the police would have found them, and then we probably wouldn't even be having this conversation.
So with the like the TV show, they're trying to, because like I've been watching it, they're trying to make it seem like that their parents like just abused them and everything, but they were actually out to get like some. But like, what was their whole point? Like, what were they trying to do?
Bro, the show showed both angles. It showed at the end, if you watched all the way through the series, it showed at the end, and they made the parents look innocent. Like, yo, come over here. We're about to catch some sharks.
Right.
That was a huge thing, and I don't know if everybody really caught that. That was heavy, right? Even though it was short. There's a bunch of times where they were showing both sides of it. It's duality. That's how they get you engaged like this.
Now and then, like, this is just my one thing. There was one episode with just like the brother, and I think it was on like the therapist.
Yeah.
I don't. Now, was he telling like the truth, or was just like he was just like confessing?
It seemed like he was confessing the whole time to everybody. He couldn't keep it in. Like he did the crime, and he's gonna go tell everybody about it because he can't hold it in. But he was trying to talk to her because she was coaching him on what to say. Like, don't say this.
Like that whole time.
Like in that whole episode where it was one continuous shot and they didn't move. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Like, I really kind of tuned out for that. That was a little bit boring for me. But I think she was literally just trying to coach him in the courtroom because he looks fucking crazy in there. If you watch the documentary, the guy he's playing looks like a fucking total creep, a weirdo. He does not actually.
So they're not both like handsome young men.
Yeah, no, he was into men. Like he was homosexual for sure. Like if you the other brother was like doing stuff with him too, but I think it was based on the influence of what was happening in the household or something else that I don't know. But yeah, that shit was wicked. What else?
Yeah, that's true.
Daddy's fault, bro. Question, team.
Like,
what's good?
Do they got anybody else besides just the two brothers? Do they got anybody else cooperating the whole molestation?
I don't think so. I think it was something with that letter or something.
Well, that's why they redid the case though, because of that. They do have other people cooperate.
The people. I think he's talking about like in court.
Right, like in court.
I think right now we're only receiving statements from like the family members and like conferences and stuff like that, like what we just played. But as far as like family members talking in court, I'm not sure. We won't be able to know until they go back to court for their resentencing.
It's not fair because the parents ain't here to defend themselves.
Here we go.
Actually, yeah, it's crazy.
It's true. Like, listen, man. Hey, look, let me give it to you, right? And it's real shit. And I'm going to say it and fuck how they take it. Everybody be like changing the rules, right? Because guess what? If the neighbor touched my kid and I go kill him, they want to give me life in prison. They're going to tell me I'm supposed to call the law, right?
That's a fact.
These are two grown-ass adults. Am I correct?
Yep.
How old was these young men when they committed this heinous act?
21 and 18.
Okay, 21 and 18, right? So you telling me these motherfuckers who run around breaking into the houses in the community, who run around doing all kind of shit, wasn't able to pick up a motherfucking phone. Okay, was able to. They got a fucking counselor they talking to. Yo, we need you to help us report this shit or whatever. So my thing is, okay, I hear you, but nigga, at the end of the day, if a motherfucker touch my motherfucking kid and I go kill him, they gonna give me life. So fuck them niggas.
That part.
Nigga, I bet if they was black, they wouldn't be talking about bringing them back. That's why I stand at it. Some real shit. You know how many motherfuckers look like us? You know how many motherfuckers look like us that's in that motherfucker for going to do something to a motherfucker that I just saw a case we just ran in this room. A man went over there, gun him, or he did something to a motherfucker touching their kid, get a nigga a bunch of time. Nigga, ain't nothing to say, well, if they molest you, you can kill them. Where that rule at? Because we can get to work today.
Hey, talk to him.
No, this real shit. Like, these motherfuckers be, fuck all that.
Real shit.
Fuck that. We Americans, let's talk about the American way. Right? Fuck that. Show me where it says, tell me he was on top of him and he reached for the phone and knocked him on side of the head and the father tried to wrestle him down and he shot him. I give you that. Nigga, this was premeditated, first degree motherfucking murder. They took their cousin's ID, brought the shotgun. Came in there while the parents is in a non-threatening situation watching TV, didn't just kill him, overkill him. So now we got special circumstances. When the niggas get off 12 shots, the other brother reloads, goes back in.
Yeah, that was
and y'all
overkill.
justifying it?
That was overkill.
That shit, that's special circumstances. That's where the life without parole come from.
Facts, exactly.
So if we gonna let these motherfuckers go, let's go through all these other folks who revenged the motherfucking molestation of their children, and let's let them go too.
Now that's a fact. That is very true. That is
Fuck
very true.
that. Everybody else stay, they need to stay. Fuck them. He got lucky. California ain't killing nobody no more in the chair. So that's my stance on it. I don't give a fuck what happened. The law states we can't do that. But if they changing the law, then let us get down.
Free everybody. Fuck it.
Well said.
Tell us if a motherfucker then molested you, that mean Hassan Campbell could go kill Bambaataa and don't nothing happen to him.
That's crazy because Cam just said that shit.
That's real.
That's crazy.
Like, for real though, all this old sympathetic shit, y'all only doing it because Kim Kardashian in it. Let's be real. Y'all let the celebrity motherfucking political stance and shit sway y'all. Let's be real. Okay, they did what? Was it happening at the time of the murder? No, it wasn't. No. They were how old? 21 and 18. They were seeing, they was going to talk to counselors. Okay, they had their own car. They was going to tennis lessons. They was doing all this shit. Okay, and they never made a report? No. And they took their cousin's ID and went and purchased 2 shotguns? Yeah. Any other things around this shit where the dad said he was going to take them out the wheel because of shit they've been doing, stealing out the community, making the name look back? Okay, cool. So that's another possibility over there, right? But yet we don't have the counselor. We don't got nobody else saying what? Did they go file a report? No, they didn't do none of this. They went and got 2 shotguns, went in there while them people was eating and gunned them down, and one nigga reloaded, went back in and overkilled them. Okay, and because 35 years later, Kim Kardashian says they need to be free. Why? Because they was molested. A whole lot of people was molested. Are you saying if you're molested, you now have the green light to kill? Then let's change the law, and I'm with it. If they change the law with a release, I'm with it. I'll pick them up myself. The nigga molest you, you can kill him, I'm with it. Until then, until you release some of these black and brown faces for revenging their molestation or their child molestation, I ain't with it.
That's a bar. I ain't gonna lie.
That's a fact. The floor is open. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I'm afraid I don't
You
bear
talking about
the.
Wack, Kyle, and Law?
Yeah, like my nigga, don't tell me because they got molested. It's cool they killed their parents. We looking at the nigga was gonna write the nigga out the will. And even if they did get molested, nigga, you 18 and 21. You ain't made no reports. You ain't filed shit. You talking to counselors every motherfucking week. None of that shit. Ain't nothing about the law to say if a motherfucker molest you, you can go in and overkill him. Gun them down and then reload and gun them down and some more. If that's the case, some of these black and brown faces that then revenge they motherfucking kids getting molested and then revenge they self getting molested, they're doing life in jail, they need to let them the fuck go. Other than that, they need to sit where everybody else sitting, because ain't nothing about the law say you can kill a motherfucker for molesting you, and it's justifiable. Ain't no law that says that. I ain't seen it. Tell me the nigga was on top of him and he wrestled him off and he hit him in the head with the phone and the dad pinned him down and he stabbed him to death out of rage, or he grabbed the gun and shot him. I'm with you.
But that shit was premeditated as fuck.
Premeditated, first degree overkill, double homicide.
And that's what I was saying. I was like, okay, so if y'all was
with
getting
malicious
abused,
intent.
Right, and if you was getting abused all this time, why y'all wait until y'all leave y'all parents' house and y'all grown as fuck? Why didn't y'all do that way before?
I'm just saying. Listen, I'm just keeping it real. Okay, Wack, okay, that's great. Okay, so everybody that got molested, that revenged themselves, that's in jail, then we should let them go.
Right.
Let's let these people go and say, if a nigga molest you, you can kill him. I'm with it.
Yeah, that's setting the precedence for case law right there.
There you go. It is. You know that.
Yeah, that's setting the precedent for case law right there, because just think about how many black and brown individuals been touched by uncles, fathers, and
a
all
nigga
that
told a nigga that daddy didn't went and gunned him down, or they didn't went and did it.
Yeah, niggas doing life. Yep.
So do you feel like Gypsy Rose was wrong then too? What? Or do you think that she should be free?
Who was Gypsy? I don't know.
The lady who killed, the lady who her and her boyfriend stabbed her mom and shit because her mom was feeding her medicine that she wasn't supposed to take, paralyzed her, and some more shit.
They came after the fact and did that?
Free, ain't she? Yeah, she is free right now, but
they
the
boyfriend came after the fact and killed the mama?
Right after the fact.
They killed the wife. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing in our United States law that says once you determine you've been violated, that you as a citizen could go back and kill. Straight up. If a motherfucker, let me explain something to you. If a motherfucker walk up on me, right?
Right.
Stab me in my stomach, right? Once, and turn around and run, and I gun him down, they gonna charge me with a body. They gonna say he was no longer a threat. You was supposed to call 911. If I wake up in my home at 2 in the morning, come down my stairs and a nigga in my living room, and he turn and run from the door, and I shoot him in his back, they gonna charge me.
You going to jail. Right. He wasn't a threat.
How can these niggas justify that they was getting molested after they was adults? They came back. Why was their parents a threat at that point?
That's what he's trying to say.
Them niggas used a fake ID. They didn't go in the kitchen and grab butcher knives and come stab motherfuckers up. Them niggas used a fake ID, brought 2 shotguns, their cousin's ID, 2 shotguns. It goes the planet. Came in, executed. They got off 6 shots apiece. 1 went out. That's the first degree, premeditated. 1 went out, reloaded, went back in, and unloaded 6 more. Overkill.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And now I'm just saying, yo, if y'all gonna let them go, and all them black and brown faces in there for revenging this shit, let them go too. That's all I'm saying.
Kim actually moved in the same circles as them at that time, because
she wasn't. She was a little.
She was a baby. But I'm saying,
that was
is there any type of
1989.
family connection between the Kardashians?
Before OJ, she was a little girl when her daddy was up with OJ.
No family connection at all?
No, Kim Kardashian is just one of she's trying to be a hot button lawyer. She's
trying to be a button lawyer that pops up for high profile people and get their shit overturned.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's gonna be her clout to then try to really because she really went
because she can't stand in no court and fight no case.
Fuck no.
Her whole thing is, I'm gonna help people appeal their case. You know what I'm saying? She can't stand in there and help no and do that.
She trying to be a voice for the people. Type shit. She not really gonna argue the case.
Yeah, so
yeah, I think she's just an influence on that. But
I'm just saying, like, I've been, I lost range for a while, jumped on the phone, but I'm like, yo, listen, all right, if they was getting molested, wasn't getting molested. Ain't no grounds I know that say after a crime, after a action that's happened to you, that you can go back and kill them. I ain't seen that one.
Oh, gee, they done locked up the prostitutes that done killed the trick niggas that done kidnapped them and kept them for hella long and shit.
Yeah, old girl, that one girl, what's the little light skinned girl that got out a couple years ago? They were trying to give her life for killing her pimp, and he was beating her and raping her, all type of shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So my thing is like, what we doing? Like, okay, like, all right, y'all saying all right, but I'm looking at the circumstances. Tell me they was in the middle of the house, nigga picked up a motherfucking iron, hit a nigga over the head, butchered the motherfucker up. These niggas sat back after Pops and told them, I'm writing you out the will. You niggas got my name looking back. Y'all stealing shit, breaking in houses and shit. Got me writing checks and shit. I ain't fucking with you niggas.
See, Wack, but I think what they could argue, right, is that abandonment could have re-triggered them, right?
But I mean, what abandonment? They grown as hell at that point.
Hold up.
There's no abandonment, nigga. They are adults.
No, but let me finish. Hold on, let me finish, right? So he took advantage of them as a kid, right? And then he was taking care of them or whatever. Then they had in their mind, they had the will, right? And then he said, fuck y'all. That
nigga wasn't 80 years old, bro. He didn't put them out the house.
No, I'm saying, but he took them out the will, right? So, like, in a sense,
what? They still was taking care of him when he took them out the will. They still lived in the house.
That actually makes it more malicious.
Yeah, it makes it nigga nigga might have had 30 years left in him.
Yeah, plus they was grown. What type of abandonment? That man didn't. Jose
nigga, what if this nigga had 30 years left in him, nigga?
His will was written from the side of how I think they'll try to spin it with the victims.
His will was written as such. When I die, it goes to my wife. Okay, watch this. They didn't say the mama touched him, so why they kill her?
Give me the band.
Let me give you the.
They was trying to say that she knew that shit was going on or something like that.
That still ain't read. That still is not. Show me ain't can kill the mama because she knew what was going on.
I think that it will be if they try to argue it or whatever when they go to the appeal, I think it'll be more of a sensationalized appeal than like an actual defense appeal, because again, they're going to play to the hearts of the victims, right? They're going to say that even though he was still alive, he wrote them out the world.
Bro. What you're doing now is saying we have a right to kill.
Listen, that's the fine line, but that's basically what they're saying by reopening the case in the first place. That you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, listen, I hope they know what they doing.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
That's a slippery slope. That's the definition of a fucking slippery slope. I'll tell you that. That's the textbook definition of a slippery slope place. If y'all don't word that shit perfectly, motherfuckers is coming home that all the dads that done fucking found out that somebody was raping their daughter and they pulled up and killed them. That's opened up so many fucking cases.
Yeah, one thing if a nigga walk in on it.
Between the Mark Garagos, who represented OJ, who was on the defense team with Robert Kardashian, who is now the attorney for the Menendez brothers, there's a connection there.
Wait, say that again. What'd you say?
Mark Garagos, who's the defense attorney for the Menendez brothers, also represented O.J. Simpson on that team with Johnny Cochran, which was on the defense team with Robert Kardashian. There is a connection there.
Yeah, that's a plug, y'all. With Kim now.
Her family, you're saying? So the family connection, I guess, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, like a family ties type thing, because they were part of the defense.
People.
When you on that level of connectivity and high-powered families like that.
But you know a lot of motherfuckers, though. that don't necessarily mean that that's why she's taking it up. But at the end of the day, if her dad was a part of the defense or whatever, then it could be like, her trying to close out some of the chapters that her daddy couldn't finish type shit. So that could be why she picked it. But I feel like that's
I don't give a fuck about why whoever picked it up.
Yeah.
I'm simply saying, if you're going to let these people go, then let all these black and brown people go, whose daughter told them, at 13, your neighbor touched me when I was 8, and he went over there and killed his bitch ass. Let him go.
Yeah. See, that's what they would do, Wax. So this would be a case study. So in further cases, if they say, well, that's illegal, they would say, well, in this case, where the Menendez brothers got out, this happened, so you can't do me like that. And that's pretty much how they do the law.
Yeah, let them go then, nigga. Let everybody go. I'm with that. For motherfucker touching, but now you gotta remember, here goes the thing now. When motherfuckers, I'm gonna tell you why they'll never do that. Cause a motherfucker kill a motherfucker and just say he touched me. They ain't even here to defend themselves. They ain't got no physical evidence to say that father did shit. Ain't no motherfucking doctors, ain't no examinations, ain't no nothing. Like, to let this happen opens Pandora's box to all kind of shit.
That's how the judge is gonna be thinking too. He's gonna be like,
overthinking
too much.
But it is,
So now
though.
everybody come back on the field, and now niggas just start killing niggas saying, well, I killed him because he touched me 8 years ago.
Yeah, that's a point.
But I think also, like you said, in special circumstances, it was overkill, right? So I think giving them life without the possibility of parole, just because of the victim angle, like, I think that's fine. But automatically letting them free, like, I don't know. I don't feel like they should just be free because they served 35 years. I understand the sentencing change where, like, you get the possibility of parole after 35 instead of the whole L, like you said, but automatically saying they should be free because they served 35 years and they were helping pistol these people in jail and all that shit, that don't mean shit. They killed their fucking parents, blew the fucking hand off, all that shit. So, like, I think that they should stop it right there, just change the sentencing, and then allow them, you know what I'm saying, to work it from there. But,
yeah, because it would be totally different if the parents was in the act and they decided to defend themselves, but that's not what happened. Like, them folks was minding their business, whatever the case may be. Now, if they felt some type of way about the abuse that they, had to go through, I think it was good that they did start with a therapist and things of that nature. But I hope they, I don't know at this point.
It's kind of like a gift and a curse because so many of our people that came home under this new law where they charge people under 26 like they juveniles. So this done helped a lot of people that we know to come home after life sentences. But in this instance, we know that a lot of people that we know have been affected by sexual crimes like this. This is like a slippery slope. It's like a wobbler. It's kind of a gift. It's a double-edged sword when you look at it. As I'm looking at the law, it's kind of fucked up.
It's some tricky shit, bro. Just like, because then it just plays into the whole like, I don't want to use the word victim culture, but that's what it is. Like, people can just say that something happened to them, and people will automatically believe it. Like, it's like it and it just leads to a bunch of bullshit.
Just make up some shit, like, you know what I'm saying? You got a motherfucking uncle you don't like, whatever motherfucking reason. Well, you killed a nigga. Well, he was touching me when I was a kid.
And let's be real, damn near all of us probably know some story like that happened, where a motherfucker said, "Oh, somebody did such and such," and then found out it wasn't true. Let's be real. So that shit is scary to think about, especially like I don't want to say it like this, but as a man, that's scary as fuck to think about as a man, because a motherfucker could say whatever the fuck they want and then do whatever the fuck they want with this type of case. They could just say I raped somebody, I couldn't not even been in the vicinity, but if I can't prove it, then I'm going to jail. Or if you fucking kill me saying I raped you, my family never gonna get justice.
At the end of the day, nothing justifies at age 21 you taking your cousin's ID, buying shotguns, and going over there and blowing them people to pieces, my nigga.
like you said earlier, if it was some spur of the moment shit, that'd be different. You know, like he walked in on the dad doing something to his brother. They smoked both the parents because they thought the mama was in on it. I can see how they could finagle that.
Not even then. If a mama in bed sleep, you can't go in there and kill the mama.
Yeah, nah, if she in bed sleep, but if say, you know what I'm saying, he was doing that and she was in the room or whatever the case may be type shit, then I could get.
But that wasn't it. That wasn't it.
Completely different.
That's why I'm saying, I'm like, yo, what are they talking about right now?
And we know for a fact that if they was black, brown, or any type of minority, this would never happen.
They would have arrested him.
That's because they would have got the fucking death penalty if they was black or brown.
No, they would have gotten arrested
aren't they
the second they got pulled
They
up.
been
They would
dead.
not have let them
Hell
go.
nah, them niggas like from somewhere else. They ain't from Mexico. They from like some other shit. They're not Mexicans. No, they like from some other shit.
The father was Cuban, I think.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like, I Biggie would let anybody go then. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they Cuban, but like they're white appearing, so you know they don't look like.
Yeah, ethnicity don't determine your race.
That part, exactly.
When they pulled up, the cops pulled up and they were like, "Oh, we believe all the shit you're saying." They ain't even do shit. If it was some other people, any other minorities, they would have fucking hemmed them up, put them in jail. It would have been a totally different case. This
That's a
wouldn't even have been a
fact.
conversation.
The only thing I'm saying is I ain't seen nowhere where it say you can go kill a nigga after the fact.
That's not in the law. You right, bro.
That's all I'm saying.
Can't even do that shit in war.
If y'all gonna let these niggas go, let's start letting them all of them go.
Clubhouse TV. Clubhouse TV. Clubhouse TV.
So y'all heard the content. Right now, the Los Angeles County prosecutors are recommending that Eric and La Menendez be resentenced for the 1989 unalivings of their parents in their family's Beverly Hills home, providing the brothers with a chance at freedom after 34 years behind bars. Now, the district attorney announced his decision this Thursday afternoon at a news conference, and that would normally mean a sentence of 50 years to life. He said because they recommended to the court that the life without the possibility of parole be removed and they would be resentenced for just murder. And that would normally mean, like I said, a sentence of 50 years to life. But because of their age, and they were both under 26 at the time of the crimes, that they would be eligible for parole immediately. He said he believed that they paid their debt to society and the final decision will be made by the judge. Now, the DA said that part of the decision was based on a review of how the brothers have behaved in prison, and faced with the likelihood of life in prison, they avoided misbehavior or joining gangs and instead worked to help fellow improve their lives. He said, for example, they worked to create groups to help inmates deal with untreated trauma and other groups to help inmates with physical disabilities. Lau also helped advocate for better living conditions for inmates. The brothers themselves and other family members were not notified of his decision in advance, so likely would have found out of the news by watching his televised press conference. So, I don't know, man. Wack makes a lot of sense, but I mean, 34 years is a long time. But like you said, this was premeditated. They did leave and come back. So you knew what you were doing, you were in the right mind. But I mean, unless you've been molested by one of your parents at that, you really can't judge. No one can judge anyone but the man above. So
That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to judge. What it is what it is. They did 34 years. I mean, people commit murder these days and get 10 years or less. I've seen it. So, I mean, 34 years is a long time. So, I mean, I don't judge them. I'll say free them. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. You think they should be free? Or you think they should finish their life in prison? Let me know what you guys think about the content in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're always up to alert when I drop fresh new content. Subscribe to the media team so you always get that Wack 100 content that only we can provide. As always, certainly appreciate y'all checking out Clubhouse TV, and I'll see y'all in the next drop. I'm out, y'all. Peace.